Hey there, it's CJ Willie, and I'm cracking a pack. Today is pack number 9 of my Magic the Gathering Zendikar Rising bundle. The focus of the video is, what is your pick? As I crack the pack, I will discuss which card would be my pack 1 pick 1. My viewpoint will be from a very casual Magic the Gathering player perspective. It will not be a Pro Tour grind or even Friday Night Magic grinder take. It will be a kitchen table draft having fun with friends' opinion. Check out the preview video on my Zendikar Rising bundle. I have added the link to the preview video in the description below. Let's get to cracking pack number 9. Negate, 2 mana, 1 and a blue instant, counter target non-creature spell. Unlimited Negate is a great card to have in your blue deck. It's going to help protect your bomb. It'll also counter those pesky artifacts or enchantments your opponent wants to play. And maybe they get lucked out and got a planeswalker and you can counter that off the board. Mesa Lynx, 2 mana, 1 and a white. Cat at 2/1. As long as it's not your turn, Mesa Lynx gets +0/+2 until end of turn. White is an aggressive color. Mesa Lynx is more of a defensive creature. It just doesn't seem to fit into any deck you want to be playing with white. Teeter Peak Ambusher, 2 mana, 1 and a red. Goblin Warrior at 1/3. You can pay 3 mana, 2 and a red. Teeter Peak Ambusher gets +2/+0 until end of turn. In a longer game deck, maybe a red-green deck, where you've got mana to sink into it, it does become slightly more playable. Zulaport Duelist, a single blue mana, human rogue at 1/1. It has flash. When Zulaport Duelist enters the battlefield, up to one target creature gets -2, -0 until end of turn. Its controller mills 2 cards. Being able to flash him in, nerf one of your opponent's creatures, possibly take it out in combat while your creature survives is a pretty good trick. And that incidental mill can be a secondary win condition. Expedition Skulker, 2 mana, 1 and a black. Vampire Rogue at 2/2. Expedition Skulker has Death Touch as long as you control another rogue. In Limited, I like this card quite a bit in the blue-black rogue deck. Having a 2/2 Death Touch is going to clog up the ground, and it will stop some of the bigger, beefier decks. Jiraga Visionary, 4 mana, 3 and a green, Elf Wizard at 3/2. When Jiraga Visionary enters the battlefield, draw a card. For 4 mana, a 3/2 body in green isn't great. Drawing a card is okay, but I don't think the card draw makes this a strong common in green. We have a showcase card, Akum Hellhound, single red mana, 0/1, Elemental Dog, has landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, Akum Hellhound gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If you're able to get Akum Hellhound down on turn 1 and you have land for the next 3 turns, Akum Hellhound is actually pretty good as a 2/3 attacker. Bubble Snare, single blue mana, enchantment aura, has kicker for 3 mana, 2 and a blue. Enchant creature, when Bubble Snare enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, tap enchanted creature. Enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. In Limited, I think this is one of the better blue removal spells. If they've already attacked with their creature and it's tapped, single blue mana takes care of it. If not, paying 4 mana to tap it and lock down their bomb is still a good strategy. Cliffhaven Kitesail, single generic mana, artifact equipment. When Cliffhaven Kitesail enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control. Equipped creature has flying, equipped for 2 generic mana. This is the sort of common artifact equipment I like in Limited. Cheap cost, automatically attaches to a creature. Surprisingly, in a blue, green, or red, green big beefy deck, Cliffhaven Kitesail does a lot of work. Allied Assault, 3 mana, 2 and a white. Instant, up to 2 target creatures each get +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures in your party. I think that this can be a Limited blowout in combat. White will be a color where you have multiple creatures attacking. The tricky part is having creatures in your party. If this is only +1/+1, not so great, but if you can get it into the +2/+2 or +3/+3 range, then Allied Assault has a better impact. Skyclave Pickaxe, single green mana, artifact equipment. When Skyclave Pickaxe enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control. has landfall. Whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, equipped creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Equipped for 3 mana, 2 and a green. Skyclave Pickaxe is strong in the white-green landfall deck. You're going to want to make sure you've got at least 18, 19, maybe even 20 land. It drops off considerably if you do not have land in your hand, and then it's a do-nothing artifact equipment. I just saw our next card and I can't believe it. Probably spoiled it on camera too. Our final uncommon is Skyclave Cleric. 2 mana, 1 and a white, core cleric at 1/3. When Skyclave Cleric enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life. Skyclave Cleric can fit into the white-black cleric deck that features a life gain, life loss theme. It'll trigger all the other cleric abilities in your deck. If you're needing white mana, you can play the flip side. It'll enter the battlefield tapped, but you'll have that mana available on your next turn. Will we get a great rare or a mythic rare? Well, I spoiled it when I did this, so kind of already know what we've got. For some reason in our bundle, we have 2 Lithoform Engines. 4 generic mana, legendary artifact. You can pay 2 generic mana, tap it, copy target activated or triggered ability you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. Pay 3 generic mana, tap it, copy target instant or sorcerer spell you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. Pay 4 generic mana, tap it, copy target permanent spell you control. Lithoform Engine is a mythic bomb in limited. There's so many shenanigans you can do. You're able to copy just about anything that your deck will do. And what I really think is the icing on the cake is if you build it for the late game, say in a controlling deck, being able to copy any of your target permanent spells you would play is just win more. Then we have a foil, Living Tempest, 5 mana, 4 and a blue. Elemental at 3/3, it has flash, it has flying. Holding up 5 mana on your opponent's turn makes them a little hesitant. They think you have a counter spell or some other shenanigans to mess with their board. They go to pass the turn, you flash in Living Tempest, and you've got a 3/3 attacker in the air. Then a full art Forest, and an insect creature token at 1/1. For my pack 1 pick 1, do I go after the Lithoform Engine, which is the second time that we've seen it in the bundle? I definitely think in this pack it is the strongest card. It definitely would be my pack 1 pick 1. As I would draft my deck, I would focus on drafting creatures that have activated or triggered abilities that I can take advantage of. I'd also look to see what sort of permanents I'm drafting have 2 copies of those permanents, whether that's my bomb rare or it could be a really cool enchantment. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did like it, please subscribe and share. Take some time to tell me in the comment section what was your favorite card or the best card out of the pack. Until next time when I'm back to crack pack number 10, the last pack from my Magic the Gathering Zendikar Rising bundle in What Is Your Pick?